Guten Morgen, everyone. Welcome to this very special video. We're gonna take a trip back in time and take a look at probably one of the most life-changing things that ever happened to me, and that is becoming a part of the long-running production of Grease the Musical in Düsseldorf, Germany. Sorry for the interruption. This is Morgan from the future, and actually I uploaded this video yesterday and had to take it down again, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's not for copyright reasons, so that's good. That means I could leave almost all of the music in the video online. The thing is, I woke up early this morning and I was really excited to see the reaction of people to the video. There's already several hundred comments, and I went to Facebook and tried to find as many people from the cast back then as I could to become Facebook friends with them so I could share all these memories with them too. And I found out some bad news. So one of the people you're gonna see in this video, Sascha Oskar-Weis, playing Danny, he unfortunately left us last year. Almost a year ago, I found out from his Facebook page, he had a heart attack, 49 years old, and he's no longer with us. So that, made me even more emotional about the whole thing. Of course, that's not happy news. And I just felt uncomfortable leaving the original version of the video up and not mentioning that Sascha is no longer with us. So now, that being said, I hope you can still enjoy this video and enjoy the memories and enjoy, honor Sascha's talent on stage. And I don't know what else to say, but here are my memories of being part of the musical Grease in Düsseldorf. But the videos I'm gonna show you today are probably the best example, the best quality recordings of me at the prime of my musical career, I wanna say. And there's one part of this that I haven't even watched myself. When I was transferring it yesterday and today, all of a sudden this number came on stage that I had totally forgot that I sang this song in the show. And I immediately stopped it, and I thought, okay, I want to be totally surprised. I want to watch this with you, so you can look forward to that. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Probably pretty long. May include some tangents. Tangents? You? Yeah. Who knew? And in order to give you a good idea of why this is so important or why it became so important to me, I have to tell you about how I became a part of this company. So the year is 1998. I'm living in New York City. I'm trying to make my living as an actor. It is hard. It basically sucked. I mean, to be honest, it was a really, really hard time in my life with a lot of challenges, a lot of really fun, funny memories. I was young. I was still totally motivated. I had a lot of friends around me who were in the same situation, and we had a good time struggling, trying to get to where we were going. And of course, my dream at the time when I moved to New York City was not only just continue working as a professional actor, which I had been doing for several years before then, but also to, finally say I am in a Broadway show on Broadway. Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. And I will always wonder if it would have happened if I stayed in New York, but I didn't stay in New York because of this show. As I've discussed in some of the other musical memory videos here on the channel, there is a huge Broadway in Germany scene. There are a lot of Broadway and West End shows running here in Germany. Some of them are in German, some of them are in English, some of them are half-half. And I had auditioned for the long-running production of Grease the Musical, or Grease Das Musical, which was at the time in Düsseldorf, Germany. I had gotten a call back and then heard nothing. And then a couple months had gone by. They were auditioning again. I went and auditioned again, got a call back again, and then I got the offer. And the original offer was just to be in the ensemble, so one of the background high school students in all the numbers and playing a football player and stuff like that. And I don't remember exactly how. I think I turned down the original offer. I was working with an agent at the time, Sharon Carey, and she was negotiating it for me, and she said she didn't want me to leave the city. She would have preferred that I stayed in New York. And I was like, I'm kind of excited about this though. I'd really like to take it. And she ended up helping me work the system for a little bit. And I think we originally said no again. And then they offered me a cover or an understudy of the role of Doody. Yes, Doody, Doody. If you're a fan of the movie Grease, you might not know this character, but in the musical stage version, he's one of the main, like, cool kids and also has a couple songs that he sings. And I was really excited about it, and I don't remember exactly when I signed the contract, but I moved to Düsseldorf, Germany in June of 1998. I had just turned 24 years old, and I was so excited. It was a big adventure. I was really looking forward to it. And it was the longest contract for one show that I had ever had up until that point. The show had been running, I think, 2.5 years in Düsseldorf. It started in Vienna, and it was sort of like a very large tour production. That was the plan for it. It started in Vienna, and then it moved to Düsseldorf. It had been running, I think, altogether maybe 3 years before I joined it, and my contract was for an entire year. And that was also just a really exciting time for me in my career to be like, not only am I joining a successful long-running production, I have a year contract, I'm understudying one of the main parts, and it's in Germany, but I know from talking with people who had been part of the production and part of other productions in Germany, I knew that the quality was going to be very high. And some of the people you're going to see in the videos that we're going to watch in just a second are so talented, and also nowadays, I mean, before Corona happened, were in West End shows, were in Broadway shows, have been on television, have been in films. A lot of really, really talented people that I just am so happy to have found these recordings again and am able to share them with you. So what we're about to watch here is a performance somewhere towards the end of the run. And in this performance, I am on for my understudy role. I'm on for Doody. And I just want to show you actually the curtain call first, or just the very end of the bows, because I want you to see how big this theater was. I forgot how big this theater was. So that's me in the middle, holding hands with Frenchie. And we're leaving the stage at the very end of the show. And my friend who was filming this zooms out so you can see, look at how wide that is. I don't remember the exact capacity of the theater, but I know it was all on one level. So, okay, so the first big video we're gonna watch is my song. The character I was playing, Doody, has an entire song that he sings by himself. It's not in the movie, you won't know it from the movie, but if you've seen the stage version, you might know it. It's called Magic Changes. And let me just set it up a little bit for you. First of all, the guy who's recording this is recording it for me, and actually, he was the person whose role I'm playing. He was the so-called first cast, so in most of the performances, he was playing this role, and in this performance, I was put on stage for him. I know he was dealing with some injuries, so I don't know if this was one of the times where he was off sick, and I was playing it for several times in a row. There were also other people who were understudying this role. I wasn't the only person who played it when Ronnie, the first cast, wasn't there. And by the way, I don't want to forget to say a huge thank you to Ronnie for filming this. Thank you for, providing me with these memories 20 years later. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this. So Ronnie, if you watch this, thank you so much. And also, thanks for letting me play the part that night. Anyways, Ronnie is filming this, and he's filming it for me. And so there's a lot going on stage that you're not gonna see here. The stage had 2 levels, and in this scene, the upper level is like the football locker room. So all the guys are coming on stage and they're getting in the shower like half naked. And Danny and Kenickie push Doody into the locker because he's annoying them on the guitar, and then he starts this song. And the song happens downstairs, and what you're not gonna see is all the stuff that's happening upstairs in the locker room. Nobody was really watching what the character of Doody is doing downstairs. Everybody's watching the half-naked guys dancing upstairs. Like I said, you're only gonna see me here and hear me, but you'll hear the audience laughing about things that I'm not doing.
Ich hab sie ja auch ziemlich verwöhnt. Was ist jetzt? Keine Ahnung. Ich hab Schluss gemacht. So anstrengend. Hey, Doody! Doody!
So it's this part of the show is in German, and then the lyrics are in English, and that's Nigel Casey as Kenickie, and the guy playing Danny is Sascha Oskar-Weis. So he's like, oh, can you get my towel out of my locker? It's in the back. And he pushes me in there. And then, well, I keep saying but I mean the character is still talking. But what's actually happening is I'm running down the stairs so I can get out for the entrance down on the main part of the stage. Okay. We're going to talk about that actor in just a second. The amazing Henry Gainza. So it's supposed to look like I'm still in the locker, but I'm actually already down on the main stage here. That's me. And I've got a t-shirt on and like heart boxer shorts with hearts on it because we're supposed to be in the locker room. That's a hairbrush, by the way, not a microphone. I don't think I can hit those notes anymore, to tell you the truth. Remember that part. That's Kati Farkas as the school director. I don't remember the character's name. So I remember what happens now. Like I said, the guys dancing up in the locker room are like, no matter how hard you're working as Doody in this number, most of the time the audience was looking at what's going on the second level of the stage. But yeah, another thing that I just remembered here is that last note, we, as Doodies, were allowed to hold it as long as we could. And the signal for whoever was playing, I don't remember the name of the school director woman, was that when we got our hand up to the top, that's when she should cut us off. That means when my hand is here, that means I don't have any air left in my lungs, so cut me off. So that is the one song that I had as a solo song in the show. I'm in a lot of other numbers, and we're going to watch Grease Lightning. And then we're also going to watch, like I said, this other song that was added to this production or included in this production that I had completely forgot about. I haven't seen this in like 20 years, so I'm looking forward to watching that again and watching it with you. So the next video we're gonna watch is Grease Lightning, you know, one of like the big highlights, one of the, probably the most famous song out of this movie other than, or out of the musical other than You're the One That I Want. or maybe hand jive. So many good songs in this show, right? Okay, for anybody who needs a refresher, Danny is like the main character in the show, but then there's a second very high level character called Kenickie, and Kenickie is actually the one who's building Grease Lightning, and Grease Lightning is a car. Did you remember that? And in fact, I think in the movie, doesn't Danny sing Grease Lightning, which is a huge change because in all the musical versions of the show, Kenickie is singing about Grease Lightning because it's his car. I think that was changed in the movie. So here we are, all the cool kids in sort of the junkyard, I think is the scene, is how it was set up. And Kenickie is about to sing to us all the details about his car. And like I said, Kenickie's being played here by Nigel Casey, and prepare to be blown away.
Warte, bis alles lackiert und motiviert ist. Das wird das schärfste Schlimm. This car is automatic.
That's me who just jumped into Danny's arms.
Hydromatic. But it's Grease Lightning.
Okay, I want to stop here just for a second. Sorry. I hope this isn't too hard to watch with me stopping to comment on it. But so the guys on stage here, just to honor them as well, Danny is Sascha Oskar-Weis, and then it's me as Doody, and that's Nigel Casey as Kenickie, then Henry Gainza as Roger, and then out of the frame here is Marcus Herman as Sonny. So let's continue. Flying through the air. So I have run off stage at this moment because of a slight costume change. I have to take off my leather jacket and unscrew my microphone sender, which is like the size of a cigarette pack, because I'm about to go flipping across the stage like Nadia Comaneci. Such a great, huge ensemble number. There really are people in those tires, by the way. So here comes Flippy Morgan. Okay, Ronnie is recording some of the people down on the main stage right now, but up at the top, Grease Lightning has appeared and Kenickie is in it, and he's going to jump from the top level down to the main stage, and we're about to bring a mat on stage, a big crash pad that he lands on. There it is, there's the crash pad, and I think, watch me come flying across the stage in the back here in a second. That's me! Here comes Kenickie. Boom. Yeah, so these are like steering wheels that spun and they glowed. Such a really cool element that was added to this. The choreographer, by the way, is Dennis Callahan. Nigel. It's not over. There's a reprise too. Oh, Nigel knocked off his microphone. I forgot about that in this video. So much fun. Fun to perform, and also the audience just, loves it. And let me just say it again. Nigel Casey, absolutely killing it. Nigel's still performing, by the way. He was in, was that before or after? I know he did Starlight Express in London and here in Germany. And also several years, the Rat Pack show, he played Dean Martin. And I know that was in the West End and also toured the United States. So maybe you've seen him. And yeah, just watching myself dance that number and be a part of that, it makes me so happy. It's just so cool to watch that and just remember what it was like to be like that in shape and have that much energy and be able to, be paid to do that. It was really great. And of course, that doesn't mean that it's not work, and it doesn't mean that there aren't days where you would wish you could be doing anything else other than, going to the show. It still becomes a job, just like any other job. It's a really fun job usually, but it's still a job. And, when, I had just moved to Germany, I was in a new city, and of course I had all the people in the show with me, but I did, meet and was sort of like going out with people who lived in Düsseldorf from Germany. And it was so hard to like get to know people because they'd be like, hey, you want to come over on the weekend? We're going to, play cards. And I have to say, I have to work all weekend. Okay, well, what about next weekend? No, I have to work every weekend. Hey, you want to go to the movies on Friday night? I'd have to say, sorry, I have to work Friday night. And then when they said, okay, well, what about next Friday night? I'd have to say, no, I work every Friday night. That's one thing about showbiz. You're working at all the times that other like normal people are not working. You're working every night, every Friday night, and all day on Saturday, all day on Sunday. You're going to have double shows on Christmas, double shows on New Year's Eve. It's a totally different schedule of your life. And I'm just saying that now, maybe partly to remind myself that it's not just all fun, but to be completely honest, watching this right now is a lot of fun. By the way, can we also talk about how unbelievably skinny I was back then? At the moment, I wear jeans size 30 or even 31. 31 is a little more comfortable. Thanks, Corona. And I'm kind of happy with the way my body looks at the moment. I definitely could do a little bit of work on it, but I feel like I finally look like a man. And back then, I kind of looked like a boy. I mean, I was 24 years old. I was definitely an adult, but I was so skinny. I was wearing jeans size 28. 28. That's like this big. There was not an extra ounce of anything on that body back then. But it made it kind of hard to buy clothes and to find things that fit good in the adult section. And the body I have now makes that much easier. So I'm just trying to focus on the positive here. And now we're going to move on, like I said, to the one number that I sang in this show that I completely forgot. I have almost no recollection of it whatsoever. And as I was transferring it, like I said, I was like, okay, I want to stop this now, or I'm going to go out of the room so I can watch it for the first time, like with all you. And we're going to do that right after a short commercial break. Did it work? Did you get an ad? If you did, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so what you're about to see, like I said, is a song someplace in the second act that I'm pretty sure is part of, like, if you rent the script to produce at like your local theater or your high school or whatever, I'm pretty sure this song is in like the original script. It's usually cut, I think. So it's the characters Doody and Roger singing this song together. And Henry Gainza, by the way, also, oh my gosh, you listen to his voice of an angel. Henry looks totally different now. He really put in some work after this production. He's been in the Heights on Broadway and Get on Your Feet on Broadway, in several really big national tours and local productions of those shows and other shows. Henry, if you're watching this, it was just an honor to be a part of this show with you, with all these people. But yeah, let's just watch this. Rock and Roll Party Queen. Okay, that's the name of the song. That's me singing the higher notes. But Henry's voice is so much higher than mine. Oh, wow. That was so fun. That was so fun to watch. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the number was included because they had to build up all those set pieces that get pushed forward then as the diner scene here. And I don't remember what exactly was directly before that, and it's not on the tape either. So what fun memories, and what I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit emotional right now, and I don't know if it's like sadness or if it's happiness. It's just kind of overwhelming, you know. It seems like so long ago, and it seems like a different life. And I mean, it is. That was 1998. It's more than 20 years ago. And when I think about where I was in my life at that time and what was important to me and what was, you know, the things that were coming that I didn't know about, the great things and the not so great things. And I think that was a really great time in my life, a really exciting time. And like I said, it changed the course of my life forever to be a part. I guess what I'm trying to say is it makes me happy to watch it and to you know, just feel the happiness of being entertained by those two guys on stage or by all those people on stage. But it also makes me happy to think about how many people we made happy by doing that. You know what I mean? Of course I got paid to do it. Of course it was, you know, a lot of fun to do it. But I know, there are thousands and thousands of people who came to see that show and who left feeling happy and who, it sounds so melodramatic, but it's like, doing something like that, it changes people's lives. They might have been in a horrible mood that day, and then they go and see the show, and afterwards, they're happy, they're smiling, they're tapping their feet, they're singing songs, and they'll remember it. And before I forget to mention this, we also performed for David Copperfield, one of my heroes. He was in the audience one night, and I got to meet him in the intermission, and I was starstruck. I will always regret not talking to him more. I was so starstruck, and I waited to the very last minute to approach him, and then there was like no time anymore to really have a conversation. I would love to somehow speak with him again, to just ask him if he remembers seeing me on stage, because I was playing Doody that night, and just, I don't know. It was such a cool experience. So much of this was just so cool. It was so great to be a part of this. It was a great time in my life. It changed my life forever because it took me out of New York and started then a really successful stretch in my career. After we closed on New Year's Eve of 1998. I went back to New York for a little bit, and then that summer I was cast in Miss Saigon in Stuttgart, and then I worked almost straight through for like the next 15, 16 years. And ultimately, that was my goal. Of course, it would have been cool to have been in a Broadway show, but when I decided that this is what I was going to do with my life, or for a big part of my life, the goal was not be on Broadway come what may. The goal was to work as a professional actor in the highest quality productions I could, and to make enough money to have a nice life. And I basically nailed it. And I have really great memories and a great place in my heart to all the people in this video, and I don't really have contact with too many of them anymore. Henry, we're still friends on Facebook. Nigel, we just saw each other not too long ago because Nigel's in Pretty Woman here in Hamburg, and hopefully they're going to be opening again soon. So Nigel will have a job and people will be able to be amazed by his abilities again. Elias, I hope you're watching this. Elias plays Johnny Casino. You'll see him in the background of some of this. And he's gone on now to be a flight attendant for an airline that I'm sure many of you have flown on. Who else is in here? Just Kati. We don't really, haven't talked in a long time, but you're fantastic in this too. Karina, everybody. And for all the people I'm just mentioning and anybody else, Gary Hartley, I have almost the entire show on video, so get in touch and we'll find a way that I can share it with you. And if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, or even more videos from this show, then don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment in the comments below. Pressing thumbs up helps a lot as well. And you can join the Guten Morgen channel by pressing the join button down there and get access to things that I don't post anywhere else. And for those of you who don't know it, I also have my main channel, The Very Unofficial Travel Guides, which is a little bit bigger than this channel at the moment, but who knows? Thanks for spending this part of your day with me. Thanks for going back down memory lane with me, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye-bye.